Hey, what's up, Jonathan? This is a quick demo video for you for your Korbanth TFU2. If I can get that to focus in a little bit. There we go. As you know, this was a reinstall. There was nothing that the installer did wrong. It was my chassis design. So he had used my first version of chassis design. I came up with this or for this saber a long time ago. It was very difficult to do. It had to be done a very particular way. If you didn't do it that way, you could short the board out on the inside of the handle, and I think that's what was happening for you. Since then, I've come up with a V2 for this design, probably close to a year ago now. So I went ahead and I installed it with that. All right, but you still got a 2-button setup. So your front switch here is your activation. Your back is your auxiliary. You have CC sabers in here for your lit NeoPixel connector. You do have a one NeoPixel accent LED that's underneath this red jewel, and it has been wired independently. All right, and to get to the chassis, what you want to do is just unscrew this handle. A lot of threads on this guy. The V2 of this is a lot different, but one of the things that they changed was they took about half the threading off, so that was really nice. All right, but when you take this off, you put this off to the side. I actually did reuse the KR Sabers 28mm speaker in here. There was nothing wrong with it, so we went ahead and left it alone. Here is the new chassis, if that will focus. So it does say the Force Unleashed in Arabesh over here. You got your Proffie board now off to the back, and you can get to your SD card and your micro USB from right there. You never have to move the board. Very easy to get to. You got your stock pixel or your stock pin connector for your speaker. Over here it just says Solar Sabers over here for me. 2 more brass rods. I just put these through the chassis for some accents. You do have a removable battery setup right here. This is typically something like the spring side is something I would normally put over next to the over to the middle of the hilt, but I did it. I just did it reverse on this, so make sure to watch out for that when putting a battery in. Okay. What else did we do? That's about it. You got 2 chassis retentions, so one here. You've got another one here. You should never have to take this guy out. So, but just so you know, that's what those are for. When we put a battery in, I do have the sticker off my battery. I put the battery in like this and just cup the chassis and carefully snap the battery in place. Okay, just like that. So everything snaps in well. When you go to put the handle in, you might have to come over here and press down on this side of the battery just a hair, just to get the handle past it, because there's a lot of stuff going on and not a whole lot of room in this guy. All right. We'll go ahead and we'll screw the handle all the way down. We can come over here and hit activation.
3, 2, 1.
I am not sure what font this is. You have a ton of them on here. But you got your LEDs firing up in there. You can see your accent blinky. When we turn it off, it's still programmed to go off and on. Just kind of go off and on there. I use the same config that you had. The only difference is I had you send it to me this morning because I defined shared power pins. I like to put the positive and the negative from the pixel LED here over to the main NeoPixel connector. So that was kind of the one difference that I had to change. All right, but we'll go to the next font. The saber sounds really good. Very solid. We'll put a blade in here. This takes a 1-inch diameter NeoPixel blade. Of course, you know where your blade retention screw is at, so we're going to use that and lock it down. My Allen keys are getting a little old. I probably need to buy a new set, but one side works well. All right. Put your flash on flash, your battle mode. Blast the deflex. Before it sounds. Turn it off just like that. To get to your soundtrack, it's a long press on the power. And it's the same thing to turn off, so another long press. All right, we'll go another one.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
We won't go through all of them because you have a ton, but we'll do a few. Mace Windu.
You must walk a different path.
Your leg locked up. One more.
Did he tell you what happened that night?
Your pixel count was at 135. I didn't change that. Sounds very good. Just like that. All right, we'll go ahead and take the blade out of this guy and then go over taking the battery out, which is very easy to do. I just like to go over it in a video so that we can say we did. All right, so we'll take the blade out, come over here and unscrew the handle. Five minutes worth of threads. All right, we'll take this out. And then from the positive side of the battery, which is over here rather, you can pop it out with your finger just like that. All right, and that, sir, is basically your TFU2. Let me know if you got any questions. If not, I will package this guy up and I will get it out in the mail to you tomorrow. All right, thanks.